So, an article has come out, and the title of this article is The Dragon Age Director on the Biggest Lesson BioWare Learned from Anthem. And we all remember Anthem, the amazing game that you're seeing here. And I honestly did not play this heaping pile of garbage. And this honestly might be one of the first times I've seen full gameplay of it, and it looks abysmal. The lead director of the Dragon Age series, because BioWare is known for Dragon Age and Mass Effect, he has come out and said what happened to Anthem, and we're going to get into what happened to this beloved game here. But before we do, feel free to give this amazing YouTube channel a subscribe. That would be awesome. So, in quotations, it says, "To know what you're good at and then double down." And I think that is very telling. I can already see the foreshadowing about what happened. So reading further, it says Electronic Arts and BioWare had a significant launch for Anthem in 2019, which was considered one of their most expensive projects. I don't know what's wrong with these expensive projects. They had Halo Infinite that was expensive and that bombed. Don't make expensive projects. However, the online multiplayer action RPG received mixed reviews and experienced a quick decline in player numbers. BioWare had plans in 2020 to overhaul Anthem's core gameplay, but all its development was halted in 2021, a decision reportedly influenced by the COVID-19 pandemic. I can see now why they wanted to overhaul the core gameplay, because this does look very generic. It looks like I'm not going to go through the list of names. I can only think of Warframe as one of them, but there's been a few more that were released over the years of multiplayer looter shooter live service games where you go in with your buddies and the gunplay looks like this generic crap. The Mass Effect 2 gunplay looked better quality than this. But yeah, back in 2019, this was a popular trend right here. And I mean, it's still a popular trend. So, to continue on, John Epler, the creative director of BioWare's upcoming game, Dragon Age the Veilguard, shared some insights in a recent feature in Edge magazine, blah, blah, blah. All right, so he goes, "We're a studio that has always been built around digging deep on storytelling and role-playing," Epler says. "I'm proud of a lot of things on Anthem. I was on that project for a year and a half. But at the end of the day, we were building a game focused on something we were not necessarily as proficient at. For me and for the team, the biggest lesson was to know what you're good at and then double down on it. Don't spread yourselves too thin. Don't try to do a bunch of different things you don't have the expertise to do. A lot of people on this team came here to build a story-focused single-player RPG. Obviously, with Anthem, it's a live service-focused open-world multiplayer looter shooter RPG. You can read the full interview here. So that's what he said. So you may be wondering, you're most likely wondering, and you don't know the obvious answer to this, why would they stop with the single-player RPGs like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, and why would they focus on a game like Anthem? Well, they're owned by EA. And then, of course, EA answers to the stockholders and the other, whatever you call the other people in the background, who would just want more and more and more money. And so EA says, hey, well, we need a looter shooter live service game. And, well, we got Anthem. So with Anthem, yeah, EA came in, most likely, and said, hey, so you're not going to make a single-player RPG, because even if you do make a good single-player RPG that gets high reviews and sells a decent amount of copies, it's not the amount of money we want. We want a game like League of Legends, just a game you could keep monetizing and monetizing and monetizing, and it's going to be dead pretty quickly if it's a single-player game, because players will beat the game, and then it'll be over. They wanted a multiplayer with friends. So, yeah, I think EA came in to BioWare and said, you're going to make Anthem. Your expertise is in single-player RPG. Anthem is not that, but you're still going to make this game, and you are going to be spread very thin. You'll have a few developers working on this mechanic and a few developers working on that mechanic, and then at the end you'll put it all together. I remember reading an article about Anthem or watching a video. They were saying that they showed this game off in, it was like early 2019, or no, this game came out February 2019. Yeah, they showed gameplay like a year previous in 2018, and the developers were just thinking like, this isn't even the game. Like, we're showing them gameplay, but this gameplay demo, it's not even in the game. They basically Halo 2'd us, where they showed a gameplay demo, and that's not even the game. They had no idea what the game was. Like, they were just building the mechanics and stuff, and they're like, we don't even know what this game, like what we're gonna, like what the framework is, like what it's gonna be. And so over the next 9 months, they just rushed it and put it out. And I remember this game coming out, and it was just lifeless, no content. Yeah. So that's what happened. People think that if you technically are a game developer, you can just make any game. No, you need to make what you're good at. You're not someone who's been making, I don't know, RTSs or strategy games for their 20 years in the industry. If they go to a new studio and this new studio is working on the next Call of Duty, they're going to be like, oh, well, I mean, I balanced the meta in Age of Empires, but what, you want me to design a level and design the first-person shooter mechanics? I mean, I guess I can code that, but I'm not good at it. So yeah, that's just what happened. I think the heads of EA came in and, well, they just said, hey, make this game. Even if you're a game developer, we hired you to be a game developer. And that's why now you see things online where it says it'll have job applications that people can turn in, and it says what the company's looking for. And it doesn't just say game developer. It says we need a game developer with experience in blah, 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 blah. And normally they'll say experience in monetization, loot boxes. I remember seeing a lot of those. So I think companies try to fix it by hiring a couple people who specialize in those things. But I don't know. I think we're now seeing the gaming industry turn to where they just want to have good praise and good reviews and solid sales versus getting lucky and getting their own Fortnite. And that's what we're seeing with the new Dragon Age game. They're making that game again, but who knows? I'm sure that's going to be monetized way more than if Dragon Age Origins was even monetized back in 2009. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Oh my gosh, this game looks disgusting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Feel free to like, dislike, subscribe, comment down below, which I think I've already said. And if I missed anything, yeah, you can comment down below as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.